What's your name again?
Carla.
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 I got two together, right? I don't even know if they're connected in family, but I got two. Remember I said they're different as night and day, right? But the one that's coming forward first would have passed on without, like, there wouldn't have been a way to say goodbye. There's an unexpected passing with him. I feel that he couldn't communicate before he passed, and I'm seeing truck drivers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
How is he connected to you?
It's my dad.
Would you know the other fella that's with him that would have been, I feel like I'm looking at an in-law, like he's taking care of somebody. He's watching over an in-law, another man in the spirit world that would have been sick before he passed. Sorry, go ahead.
Could be my father-in-law, or it could be his dad.
Okay.
They were both tall. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So let's start with your dad first. All right? Must be Dad's day, because I got a lot more men than usual, which I love that, because men are very open and you guys are very sensitive. Nobody just teaches you that, that's all. But your dad, you would understand him tall, wearing a hat, yes?
No.
So he was the uncle, he was the in-law.
Driver.
Oh, the truck driver. Okay. I really want to talk to the truck driver because that's who's parked in front of me.
That's my dad.
Sorry?
That's my father.
Okay. On the road was his thing. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Always.
Still good character guy. Yes. Definitely good. Wants to work for my family here. He did not get to say goodbye to everybody before he passed. I feel like he said there's some regrets there from another loved one that he couldn't communicate before he passed. You understand this, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I heard Paul over there, but is there also a Paul in your family or a Paula in the living or spirit?
No.
Your dad is showing me a P name, all right? So if you can't place it right now, that's okay. Sometimes we get overwhelmed. But obviously your dad is here. He's got an in-law with him that would have been different as night and day. Like one's a truck driver and one's an office guy, if that makes sense. Would you understand the one that would have been connected to, like, I feel like I'm at General Dynamics. Like I would have, do you have a moment? Yeah?
My husband worked at General Dynamics.
Okay. So it's your dad's in, okay. So your husband is here, General Dynamics. You see? I knew they were coming, your dad and him are together, which they're different as night and day, if you understand my point here.
Yes.
Oh, well, now remember your dad said he's taking care of this other fella, which would be your husband,
okay.
Right?
Okay.
And he said, we make good friends here, because your dad could make good friends with people, you see?
Yes,
he did.
Was a social butterfly.
Yeah, he just, and when I see your husband here with him, I feel like not that he wandered, I feel like when he went to spirit, he was looking around to see who was there. And your dad helped him in this way too. Now, how are these girls connected to you?
My granddaughters.
Oh, so this would be your great-grandpa in the spirit world. Y'all have some pictures of him?
Right.
Yeah, because I see pictures here. But obviously your dad is here, your husband is here. You're the love of your husband's life. That's the way he said. He said, romance. He said, sometimes guys can be just kind of, it is what it is, right? Good wife, great friend, soulmate. That's what he says, what your husband says about you. I do feel like he acknowledges that he shows me you being with him before he passed, your husband.
Yes.
He's putting down a drink, like, I'm not drinking. Would you understand I'm not drinking anymore?
Yes.
Or somebody not drinking anymore? Like
yes.
Oh, yeah. Because he's like, it's over there. It's not my problem anymore, you see? And I feel like with your husband, even though he might not be as sociable as your dad, that was the butterfly, he was a friend for life. When he met people, he was their friend for life. And I feel like he came today, he said, because you've been needing to make some decisions about your home and about your work and about your life right now. He said, you're not alone. He said, you were always good with and he's showing me math. Who was the math person? That's you, right? He said, sometimes you just got to do what you know is right. And he's talking about you doing the math. He said, you'll have people surrounded that love you during this change. And he did mention watching you go through a health issue. Does that make sense?
Yes.
After he passed.
Yes.
Watching you go through a health issue that needed treatment and recovery. You understand that?
Well,
If you don't know, it's okay. He's talking about watching over a lady that would have had a cancer scare before or after he passed.
he got me through breast cancer.
He got you through breast cancer, and then there was another
He
scare.
was my rock, and then I recently had to have a biopsy. And it come back clear.
Well, I
So,
just feel his
praise God.
presence there. You
He
know,
was
watching
with me,
over this
yeah.
here. He said, and I love you too. This man is loyal, loves you. He said, sometimes we didn't always communicate the way that maybe we should. He said, I don't think you knew how important you were to me. I don't think you knew. He said, we let life be life, and I didn't really tell you because I wasn't trained that way, if you understand. He said, you were the woman that changed my life and made my life. He says, it's like I came from nothing and you believed in me. You understand all of that.
He told me that when he was here.
Well, he's telling you again. You apparently need to hear it.
Thank you.
He said a birthday's coming up. Happy birthday. Who's coming up here in the next few weeks? I feel like I'm looking at another family member on this side. You got a birthday coming up? In August, yeah. But also a man. I see another man that's got a birthday coming up that he's mentioning. That could be connected to your dad, but you remember I got two people here. But obviously,
Well, our oldest son just had a birthday.
just had, because I've got the timing, because I feel right here it was close to in
Yes,
August,
it
it was
was
tied
just-
to a minute.
yes.
Anyway, he's saying hello to his son,
Okay.
you know, and I hope you understand the love that your husband is trying to communicate through me, through his words. He said, because you need a box of chocolates, time off, and a movie.
Thank you.
He said, and a good shoulder rub would probably work too, you see. But he knows that you've still got some changes going on.
Thank you.
Something with your house that may come up.
I hope not.
Doesn't feel like bad changes.
I hope I don't need a plumber.
No. I did not get a service truck. But I did get a painter.
A what?
A painter.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Are you painting your house?
Well, I'm in a condominium.
Okay.
We had a leak, and I've got to have the ceiling painted in the.
Oh, okay, decisions on your house, you know. You can talk to Leslie about ceiling colors. She's really good with that kind of stuff, but decisions about your house.
Okay,
And he brought me a painter.
okay.
So, like we said earlier, prices are going up, so go ahead and get those scheduled as fast as possible.
My goodness.
And just know he loves you. He did mention February was an important month. Would you understand that?
His mom's birthday.
Yeah, but he was close to her.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like he wanted to be different, a different man in his life than maybe what was around him. And he worked hard to be, it's a cliche word, but to be a better man. I feel like he felt like he was able to do that with you as his wife.
He did.
Thank
He
you
was
so
the
much.
best. Thank you.
Just don't forget your dad came through too, because
Yes.
that's very important with the trucker. The truck
He's
driver.
been in my dreams, and I never dream about my dad.
Oh, listen, write those things down. I can't stress that enough with everybody. When you get a dream or a connection with a loved one, if you'll keep a book and you have the date on when that happened, the times that we go through long periods where we don't hear from them, if you'll go and you'll read that book and you'll go, oh, he came, right after they passed, or they came here, or I had a dream about them. The cool thing about that is if you'll keep your book and you're struggling to know if you're not alone, when you open that up and you start to remember those things, it opens that connection that is a trickle into a river. That ability to feel and sense and perceive is even stronger. That's why and most people don't, but it helps you remember as the years go on what you experienced.